Welcome back to the channel The Coin Empire. Today we are diving into an extraordinary story from the world of coin collecting that has fascinated numismatists and casual collectors alike. And that is the story of the 2012 5-cent coin, also known as the nickel, which has achieved almost mythical status in the coin collecting community due to its rare errors and astounding value. Commanding prices as high as $71 million in certain auctions and private sales, an amount that seems unimaginable for a coin that originally had a face value of just 5 cents, yet this is precisely what makes the world of rare coins so mesmerizing, as the tiniest mistakes or anomalies can transform an ordinary coin into a treasure worth millions. And today we will explore in painstaking detail exactly what makes the 2012 nickel so extraordinary, examining the errors, the minting process, the possible causes behind these mistakes, the rarity, the demand from collectors, and the fascinating stories of individuals who have encountered this coin in circulation or through private collections. Starting with the minting process itself, the 2012 nickel was produced at the Denver Mint, denoted by the D Mint mark, during a period when the United States Mint was experimenting with various dies and striking methods in order to improve efficiency and consistency. Yet despite these efforts, a handful of coins were produced with remarkable and eye-catching errors that are so rare that even seasoned collectors might only encounter one in their lifetime. One of the most significant errors noted on the 2012 nickel is a double die obverse, an anomaly in which the die used to strike the coin's obverse face was accidentally engraved twice in slightly different positions, leading to a shadow-like duplication of letters, numerals, or images, and in the case of the 2012 nickel, this doubling is visible around the date and the word Liberty, creating a striking visual effect that immediately alerts collectors to its rarity. Another key error observed is a die crack that runs across the surface of the coin, caused by the physical stress on the die during repeated striking, which in rare cases was left unnoticed and resulted in coins being struck with prominent raised lines. Some of these die cracks form geometric patterns that can make the coin appear almost like it has a miniature map etched onto its surface, and such variations increase the appeal and value. Significantly, in addition, some 2012 nickels exhibit a rare off-center strike, where the coin blank, or planchet, was not perfectly aligned with the die during the minting process, producing a coin where a portion of the design is missing or shifted. This error is particularly prized because it is easily distinguishable, visually dramatic, and exceedingly scarce. While the off-center strike may seem like a simple misalignment, the truth is that producing a coin with a significant off-center error requires a very specific set of circumstances that occur only once in thousands or millions of strikes, and because of this, off-center 2012 nickels are often valued exponentially higher than standard coins. Furthermore, there are reports of 2012 nickels with planchet anomalies, such as lamination flaws where layers of metal separate or peel away, a phenomenon that occurs due to impurities in the metal or problems in the rolling process used to create uniform coin blanks. Some of these lamination errors can result in coins that are partially missing metal in one area, producing a unique texture and appearance, and collectors prize these for their singularity and the story they tell about the imperfections in mass production. Another fascinating variation that has come to light involves struck-through errors, where foreign materials such as grease, dirt, or even tiny pieces of metal got caught between the die and the planchet during striking, imprinting unusual marks or indentations onto the coin's surface. Each of these struck-through errors is effectively one of a kind, making the affected 2012 nickels incredibly valuable. When discussing the value of these coins, one must also consider provenance, or the documented history of a particular coin, as coins with verified ownership records, certification from reputable grading companies, and clear photographic evidence of their error characteristics tend to fetch dramatically higher prices. For example, a 2012 nickel with an authenticated double die obverse and a partial off-center strike could easily reach millions in auction because collectors are competing not only for rarity but also for verifiable authenticity, and this interplay between scarcity and documentation is a major driver of the $71 million valuation that has been cited for top-tier specimens. The market dynamics here are fascinating because while millions of 2012 nickels were minted for circulation, only an infinitesimal fraction possess these errors, creating a supply and demand imbalance that fuels skyrocketing prices. Collectors and investors alike recognize that owning such a coin is not only a matter of prestige but also a hedge against inflation and a store of value in a tangible, historic artifact. In addition to the physical characteristics and errors, the story of how these coins were discovered adds another layer of allure. Reports suggest that some were found in pocket change decades after minting. Others surfaced through estate sales, and a few were identified in rolls pulled directly from the bank shortly after release. Each discovery generates excitement within numismatic circles, and online communities and forums erupt with speculation and validation discussions, driving attention and desire for these rare specimens even higher. It is also important to understand the psychology behind coin collecting. As humans are naturally drawn to rarity and anomalies, and a coin like the 2012D nickel represents both a historical artifact and a puzzle, a tangible piece of history that captures a moment where human error intersected with mechanical precision. The fact that a 5-cent piece, a coin used daily for mundane transactions, can suddenly become a multi-million-dollar collectible underscores the unpredictable and fascinating nature of numismatics. Moreover, the grading of these coins plays a pivotal role in their valuation. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC examine the coin's condition, the clarity of the error, and other attributes, assigning a grade on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades reflecting superior preservation and detail. A 2012D nickel with both a significant error and a near-perfect grade can command an astronomical premium. Collectors are often willing to pay tens of millions for a specimen that combines rarity, visual impact, and exceptional condition. Further enhancing value is the cultural and historical context, as the 2012D nickel not only represents a physical coin but also embodies the story of the United States Mint's processes and challenges in the early 21st century, the economic backdrop, and the evolution of coinage technology. This narrative adds depth and meaning to the coin beyond its physical features, appealing to collectors who value both the material and the historical story it tells. In addition, marketing and media attention have amplified its status, with auction houses, numismatic magazines, and online videos highlighting these errors, creating a sense of prestige and urgency among potential buyers. The notion that owning such a coin places one in an elite circle of collectors who possess something genuinely unique further fuels competition and price escalation. There are also speculative opportunities, as investors recognize that the extreme rarity and high value of certain 2012D nickels can offer both long-term appreciation and the potential for record-breaking auction results, and this speculation itself drives increased awareness and desire, leading to a feedback loop where value continues to grow. Another aspect that contributes to the coin's value is its visual appeal. The doubling of the die, off-center strikes, die cracks, and lamination flaws all create a coin that is visually striking, almost like a miniature piece of art. Each error pattern is different, giving collectors the chance to own a truly singular object, and this uniqueness is priceless in the eyes of dedicated numismatists. Some of the most intriguing cases involve coins with multiple errors on the same piece. For example, a 2012D nickel that simultaneously exhibits a doubled die obverse, a significant off-center strike, and a lamination flaw is extraordinarily rare and can command sums that defy conventional logic. It is this combination of scarcity, visual interest, historical context, documented provenance, and market psychology that collectively pushes the value of these coins into the millions, and in the case of the $71 million valuation, it represents a theoretical or auction-driven top-end price for a specimen that hits all these marks perfectly. In practical terms, this means that for the average collector, discovering even a single 2012D nickel with a significant error can be life-changing. And indeed there are documented cases of collectors who found a rare nickel in a jar of coins or purchased rolls from banks, later realizing they had stumbled upon a potential multimillion-dollar treasure. The thrill of discovery, the anticipation of grading. Next, 2002 P5-cent coin. Today we are exploring one of the most fascinating and lucrative stories in modern numismatics, the story of the 2002 P5-cent coin, the common nickel of the United States minted in Philadelphia, which under ordinary circumstances would be worth exactly 5 cents, yet due to a series of rare and intriguing errors, mistakes, and anomalies. This particular coin has become one of the most sought-after modern-era coins in the world, commanding prices up to $68 million in certain markets and auctions, an almost unimaginable figure for a coin that is otherwise ubiquitous in circulation. But as we will uncover, the combination of minting errors, rarity, provenance, collector demand, and market dynamics creates a perfect storm that turns a humble nickel into a multi-million-dollar treasure. The 2002 P nickel was struck during a period when the United States Mint was utilizing updated minting technologies, dyes, and planchet preparation processes, yet even with advanced machinery, human oversight, material inconsistencies, and mechanical imperfections led to the production of a small number of coins exhibiting extraordinary anomalies. One of the most significant and visually striking errors associated with the 2002 P nickel is the double-dyed verse. A phenomenon where the die that stamps the coin's obverse face was inadvertently engraved twice in slightly misaligned positions, creating a shadow-like duplication effect, particularly noticeable around the date 2002 and the word Liberty, with some examples showing doubling on the motto, "In God We Trust." This doubling creates a striking visual impact and immediately signals rarity to collectors. Another key error type found on select 2002 P nickels is the off-center strike, occurring when the planchet is not properly aligned under the striking die, resulting in coins where part of the design is missing or shifted, sometimes by a few millimeters, sometimes dramatically, producing a visually dramatic coin that is almost like a miniature abstract artwork. Off-center strikes are highly prized because they are both rare and easy to authenticate, with their uniqueness increasing value exponentially. In addition, some 2002 P nickels exhibit die cracks, raised lines on the coin's surface caused by stress and fractures in the die during repeated strikes, which in extreme cases can form intricate patterns or network-like textures across the coin's face. Each die crack is unique to the coin it produces, making these errors one-of-a-kind collectibles. Another fascinating anomaly seen in this series is lamination flaws in the planchet, where metal layers peel, separate, or flake off due to impurities in the alloy or irregularities during rolling, creating coins that may appear partially incomplete or textured in unexpected ways. Lamination errors are exceedingly rare and provide a tactile and visual distinction that collectors prize. Additionally, struck-through errors occurred when foreign materials, such as grease, dirt, or tiny metal fragments became lodged between the die and planchet during striking, leaving an imprint on the coin's surface that is effectively unrepeatable. These coins are highly sought after for their singular nature, as no two struck-through errors are identical. The combination of these errors can lead to coins that are exceptionally rare. For example, a 2002 P nickel exhibiting both a doubled die obverse and a significant off-center strike with accompanying lamination flaws would be considered virtually unique and capable of fetching record-breaking prices at auction. The extreme rarity of these coins is compounded by their unassuming origins. Millions of nickels were minted in 2002 for circulation, but only a tiny fraction ever entered the market with such striking anomalies, and this scarcity, combined with increasing collector awareness and demand, drives astronomical valuations such as the reported $68 million figure. Provenance plays a critical role in this valuation, as coins with documented ownership histories, photographic evidence of errors, and certification from professional grading services like PCGS or NGC command premiums far above uncertified specimens. Collectors are not merely purchasing metal, they are acquiring a verified historical artifact with an irreplaceable story. The grading process itself further elevates value, as coins are assessed for condition, clarity of errors, luster, strike quality, and overall preservation on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades dramatically increasing market value. A top-grade 2002 P nickel exhibiting multiple errors can attract intense bidding wars and attention from both collectors and investors. The story of discovery is also a key component of the 2002 P nickel's allure, with numerous accounts of coins being found in pocket change, rolls purchased from banks, and estate collections, each find generating excitement, speculation, and verification. Some collectors have even reported discovering such coins in unexpected places, leading to sudden windfalls and transforming ordinary individuals into participants in a multimillion-dollar market. The educational aspect is equally compelling, as these coins provide insights into minting technology, die preparation, metal composition, quality control, and the subtle ways human and mechanical errors interact to produce extraordinary outcomes. Every 2002p nickel with a notable error serves as a case study for numismatists, demonstrating the delicate balance between precision and imperfection in coin production. The cultural and historical context adds further depth, as the 2002p nickel reflects the minting practices, technological capabilities, and economic conditions of the United States in the early 21st century. It represents not only a medium of exchange but a tangible artifact of American history, with each anomaly telling a story of the manufacturing process and the extraordinary circumstances that led to its creation. The market for such coins is further fueled by social and psychological factors, as collectors derive prestige and recognition from owning rare and high-value specimens. The 2002p nickel, particularly with its dramatic errors, signals expertise, dedication, and fortune within the numismatic community, and this social status effect amplifies perceived value. Media coverage, online auction platforms, and numismatic forums have also played a major role in shaping perception and demand, with videos, articles, and discussions highlighting the most extreme examples, generating interest and awareness globally. This exposure not only increases market demand but also reinforces the coin's status as a must-have collectible for serious numismatists. Investors are another driving force, as the rarity, high valuation, and potential for appreciation make the 2002p nickel an attractive asset, blending traditional collecting with modern financial strategy. And this dual appeal ensures that even in uncertain economic times, such coins retain their allure and value. Visually, the coin's errors are captivating. Double die effects create ghost-like impressions of letters and numbers. Off-center strikes provide asymmetrical and dramatic compositions. Die cracks introduce intricate raised lines. Lamination flaws add texture and depth. And struck-through errors provide unpredictable and one-of-a-kind markings. Together, these features transform a mundane coin into an extraordinary collectible that is as much a work of accidental art as a numismatic rarity. Cases exist where coins exhibiting multiple errors in combination, such as a doubled die, off-center strike, and die cracks simultaneously, are effectively irreplaceable, commanding record-breaking auction prices, and providing an ultimate example of the interplay between rarity, condition, provenance, and market demand. The $68 million valuation, while astonishing, reflects the convergence of these factors, and serves as a benchmark for what the market perceives as the pinnacle of collectible 2002p nickels. It is also worth noting that undiscovered examples may still exist in circulation or private holdings, suggesting that the story of the 2002p nickel is far from complete, and that future discoveries could further excite the numismatic community and potentially push valuations even higher. Beyond financial and historical significance, these coins have educational value, demonstrating the subtleties of die wear, striking force, metal composition, and minting anomalies, allowing both collectors and professionals to study minting imperfections and understand their impact on coin production and value. The social dimension is equally compelling, as collectors, hobbyists, and enthusiasts share images, verification methods, auction results, and authentication tips, fostering a collaborative and competitive environment where knowledge about the 2002p nickel spreads rapidly, fueling further excitement and reinforcing the coin's legendary status. Psychological factors also contribute, as humans are inherently drawn to rarity, imperfection, and the potential for unexpected fortune. Last 2003p 5-cent coin. Today we are uncovering yet another jaw-dropping story from the fascinating world of coin collecting. A story that proves once again that even the smallest and most ordinary objects can hold unimaginable value, and that is the story of the 2003p 5-cent coin from the United States, a simple nickel minted in Philadelphia that under normal circumstances would pass through countless hands unnoticed. Yet due to a rare combination of minting errors, production anomalies, and extraordinary circumstances, Certain examples of this coin have reached astonishing valuations of up to $63 million, turning a 5-cent piece into a life-changing treasure. And as we dive deep into this topic, you will begin to understand how these errors occur, why they are so rare, and what makes collectors willing to pay such extraordinary amounts for a coin that most people would overlook without a second thought. Starting with the basics, the 2003 P nickel was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P Mint mark, during a time when the United States Mint was operating with highly advanced machinery and quality control systems designed to minimize errors. Yet despite these technological advancements, the minting process is still susceptible to human oversight, mechanical wear, and material inconsistencies, all of which can lead to the creation of rare and valuable errors. One of the most significant and sought-after errors found in some 2003 P nickels is the doubled die obverse, a phenomenon that occurs when the die used to strike the coin is accidentally engraved twice at slightly different angles, resulting in a visible doubling effect on the coin's design, particularly noticeable in the date, the word liberty, and the phrase "I in God we trust." This doubling can range from subtle to extremely pronounced, with the most dramatic examples being the most valuable, as they are easier to identify and far rarer. Another major category of error that contributes to the value of the 2003 P nickel is the off-center strike, which occurs when the blank coin, known as the planchet, is not properly aligned within the striking chamber, causing the design to be imprinted off-center, sometimes leaving a portion of the coin blank. These off-center errors can vary in degree, from slight misalignments to dramatic shifts that create a crescent-shaped blank area. And the more extreme the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin tends to be, especially when the date and mint mark are still visible, as this allows collectors to identify the coin while still enjoying the dramatic visual effect of the error. In addition to these well-known errors, some 2003 P nickels exhibit die cracks, which are caused by fractures in the die due to repeated use and stress. These cracks appear as raised lines on the coin's surface and can form intricate patterns that make each coin unique. In some cases, these die cracks can evolve into what collectors call cuds, where a portion of the die breaks off completely, leaving a raised blob of metal on the coin, and such errors are highly prized for their rarity and distinctive appearance. Another fascinating type of error found in certain 2003 P nickels is the lamination error, which occurs when the metal used to create the planchet has internal flaws or impurities that cause layers of the metal to separate or peel away during or after the striking process. This can result in coins with peeling surfaces, missing sections, or unusual textures, and because these errors are caused by imperfections in the raw material itself, they are particularly rare and highly valued by collectors. Struck-through errors are another category that adds to the mystique and value of the 2003 P nickel. These occur when a foreign object, such as grease, dirt, or a small piece of debris, becomes trapped between the die and the planchet during the striking process, leaving an impression on the coin's surface. These impressions can vary widely in size and shape, making each struck-through error unique, and collectors are often willing to pay a premium for such one-of-a-kind pieces. Perhaps even more intriguing are coins that exhibit multiple errors simultaneously, such as a doubled die obverse combined with an off-center strike and a die crack. These multi-error coins are exceedingly rare and can command astronomical prices because they represent a convergence of multiple unlikely events in the minting process. The rarity of these coins cannot be overstated, as millions of 2003 P nickels were produced for circulation, yet only a tiny fraction exhibit these significant errors, and among those, only a handful may be in high enough condition to attract serious collector interest. This scarcity is one of the primary drivers of the coin's value, as collectors are constantly seeking the rarest and most unique examples to add to their collections. Provenance also plays a crucial role in determining the value of a 2003 P nickel. Coins that have been authenticated and graded by reputable organizations such as PCGS or NGC, and that have a documented history of ownership, are far more valuable than those without such documentation, as collectors want assurance that the coin is genuine and that its errors are recognized and verified by experts. The grading process itself involves a detailed examination of the coin's condition, including factors such as wear, luster, strike quality, and the clarity of the Error coins are assigned a grade on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating better preservation and overall quality. A high-grade 2003p nickel with significant errors can be worth exponentially more than a similar coin in lower condition, adding another layer of complexity to the valuation process. The story of how these coins are discovered is another factor that adds to their allure. Many rare error coins are found by ordinary people who happen to notice something unusual about a coin in their pocket change or in a roll of coins obtained from a bank. These discoveries often lead to excitement and curiosity, as the finder seeks to learn more about the coin and its potential value. In some cases, these individuals end up selling their coins for substantial sums, transforming a simple discovery into a life-changing event. The idea that such valuable coins could still be out there, waiting to be found, adds an element of treasure hunting to coin collecting, making it an exciting and rewarding hobby for many people. The cultural and historical context of the 2003p nickel also contributes to its significance, as it represents a specific moment in the history of the United States Mint and the broader economy. Each coin tells a story about the conditions under which it was produced, the technology used, and the people involved in its creation. This historical aspect adds depth and meaning to the coin, making it more than just a piece of metal, but rather a tangible connection to the past. Market dynamics also play a significant role in determining the value of the 2003p nickel, as the demand for rare coins is influenced by factors such as collector interest, economic conditions, and trends within the numismatic community. When a particular coin gains attention due to its rarity or unique features, it can spark a surge in demand, leading to higher prices at auction and in private sales. Media coverage, online forums, and social media platforms have all contributed to increasing awareness of rare error coins, bringing them to the attention of a wider audience and fueling interest among both collectors and investors. The psychological appeal of owning a rare and valuable coin cannot be overlooked, as collectors often derive a sense of pride and accomplishment from acquiring such pieces. The 2003p nickel, with its dramatic errors and high value, represents the pinnacle of modern coin collecting, offering both financial and emotional rewards to those who possess it. The visual appeal of these error coins is another important factor, as the unusual features created by the errors can make the coin look like a miniature work of art, with each imperfection adding character and uniqueness. This aesthetic quality enhances the coin's desirability and contributes to its overall value. It is also worth noting that the $63 million valuation represents the upper end of the market for the most exceptional examples of the 2003p nickel. Not every error coin will reach such heights, but even lesser examples can still be worth significant amounts, depending on the type and severity of the error, the condition of the coin, and the level of interest among collectors. The possibility of discovering such a valuable coin continues to inspire people to search through their change, examine old coin collections, and learn more about the fascinating world of numismatics. The 2003p nickel serves as a powerful reminder that value is not always determined by face value, but by rarity, uniqueness, and the stories behind the object. As technology continues to evolve and new generations of collectors enter the market, the demand for rare error coins is likely to remain strong, ensuring that coins like the 2003p nickel will continue to captivate and inspire for years to come. The combination of doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, lamination errors, struck through anomalies, and the possibility of multiple errors occurring on a single coin creates a level of rarity and intrigue that is unmatched by most other modern coins. And when these factors are combined with high grades, verified provenance, and strong market demand,